I do want to ask you, what are the main challenges that you're seeing the operators facing from a marketing perspective in today's environment?
I mean, my whole time at Essex was in the marketing department. And so I will say, like, when I was there during my time, a lot of the challenges are still the same challenges now, especially for marketing. It's making sure that people understand that marketing should have a seat at the table at all times. There's so much that we do, and to make us effective in all the different touch points with technology, with construction, with, everyday community things that happen. I know during my time, I had 25 new developments that I rolled out. That's a big portion, right? And every single department, we would sit at the same table when it came to IT, it came to the development department, it came to the operations team, asset management. All of those people sat at the table because we all had the same common goal, was to roll out the lease up in the most efficient way and save money, right? Not give out as many different comps to get people in, right? And how do we do that? How do we work effectively? How are we on the same page? So I think the challenge is sometimes, and what we're hearing is that our IT departments are rolling things out or making decisions without the thought process of how does it actually fit with our marketing? Where are our advertising dollars spent? Can we scale back in advertising dollars because we're going to roll out this technology that may be much more effective in ways that we aren't looking at in creating our SEO, right? Do we maybe focus on blogging, and do we automate the blogging instead of just, having someone centrally doing social media posting? Can we automate that? Can we create AI to create plan for that just goes along in the background but still touches some of the other things that are happening within the organization? So I would say the biggest challenge is really ensuring that all of our executives teams are aligned and working together. I think what I love about the council is that there's many different people in the council at a high level executive, but in many different seats. So there's CFOs, there's CIOs, there's CCOs, there's CEOs, right? And it's really great, especially on the marketing side, to ask a certain question and know how to present it to someone else at your organization. How do I best roll this out, knowing the way a CFO is looking at it, knowing the way the CTO is looking at it, so that you're much more effective to really have a better alignment and roll something out that really is impactful, and you get the buy-in that you need so that it's effective.
Basically, what you've been describing here is companies being siloed, having different silos, which operate kind of like without knowing what the other silos are doing. What are some efficient ways in which operators, property management companies can break those silos and make their operations more efficient, and also include everybody, include all the angles, like you said, all the opinions, like you said? We got to have a place at the table. You can't just ignore certain departments and then expect them to build a marketing plan for you in your case, without actually being at the table, without actually knowing what's going on, like trying to imagine.
The best way is really to have more effective executive meetings to really, bring people together to really understand when you're going to do something, for example, as a lease up, right? How do we have a better discussion? And like, here's what we're looking at for maybe a marketing plan. And how do we pivot quickly? How do we make changes, right? We think we always understand who our audience is. We think we always understand our demographics. Our demographics change. Our audience changes. Sometimes we go in with one specific understanding of the persona that we're targeting, and it can be completely different. So you have to be open-minded to understanding what maybe operations is seen on a day-to-day basis, especially if marketing isn't physically in, the office every day. I would say an example of this would be even just understanding what our leasing teams as well as our maintenance teams are seeing. Sometimes we neglect to understand how the maintenance views something, and they are so smart. They actually talk to our customers more than any other team member does. At Essex, I helped kind of lead managers retreats as well as maintenance retreats. The cool thing with that was we kept them separate. Our maintenance would not be honest with us if our managers were there, and we got more out of them keeping them separate. And we actually did some really amazing things for them. We rolled out Essex Mania, and we had all these different fun contests. They had to, change out toilets, all of this stuff. I mean, we took them off site for 3 days, just like we would a manager. And at times I see many companies treat the maintenance differently than they treat the managers. Both those roles are just the same. Both those roles have the exact same value. And we have to, ensure that we're seeking the information from the right people, maybe hosting committees, right? There's certain maintenance people that want to sit at the table and want to understand some things and want to understand why we're rolling out certain things. And they have some amazing questions and they have amazing feedback that we're not tapping into if we don't open ourselves up to listening to them.